Scotiabank Magna MasterCard is back with its special Christmas giveaway. Just swipe for more rewards. Every time you swipe your card, get instantly entered for a chance to win 1,500 points on your Scotiabank Magna MasterCard. Get more this Christmas. More points, more rewards, more money. Swipe for more rewards today with your Scotiabank Magna MasterCard. Promotion runs until January 15th, 2023. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Visit magnarewards.com for more details. Approved by the NLCB.
Your child is beginning to discover the world. It's time to let them explore. Clim 1 Plus contains calcium, iron and vitamins that support their defenses, helping to promote a healthy immune system and normal growth. After all, your little explorer has the whole world to discover. Clim, your love, their future. Clim 1 Plus is not a breast milk substitute. It is specially suited from 1 year onward.
Want to furnish your home in style? Stylish Furniture makes this possible. Shop using our affordable layaway options to purchase any of our modern sectionals, dining, living room or bedroom sets, and receive a dinner voucher for 2 at Ateliers Restaurant and Lounge. For further information, contact us at 652-2542, 652-2688, and 790-1202. You can also visit any of our branches located at 101 Crackness Village, Princestown, and 51 Rushwood Street in San Fernando. Stylish Furniture, for the style in you.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com. News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. In the headlines, yellow level hazardous seas alert goes into effect on Friday. Businessman held up and robbed while entering his Arima home. Taxi driver shot and killed in Cunupia while plying his trade. And internationally, Germany arrests 25 accused of plotting a coup. And now the news in detail. The Met Office is advising that from 5 a.m. on Friday, a hazardous seas alert yellow level will be activated and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Tuesday, December 13th. The latest advisory states that from Friday, large breaking waves in excess of 3 meters due to long period swells are likely along nearshore north exposed coastlines of TNT. The Met Service forecasters also warn of choppy conditions developing in the Gulf of Paria during the alert period. In other news, a 45-year-old businessman was held up and robbed last night by 3 bandits who were waiting for him in his yard. Reports state that at around 8 p.m., the businessman, who is the owner of Superstore in Malabar Arima, arrived at his Darbody Arima home. As he entered his yard, he was approached by the bandits who announced a robbery. The bandits dragged the victim out of his Nissan Merino vehicle valued at $400,000 and beat him. According to police, the bandits kept asking the victim for the keys to his home. However, the bandits eventually just entered the victim's vehicle and drove off with it. In the vehicle was a Samsung S10 cell phone valued at $4,000 and an envelope which contained $70,000 in cash. Drivers are being warned of a new strategy that bandits are using to get them to stop their vehicles. According to reports, bandits are now using vehicles to bounce their victims' cars in order to get the driver to stop and exit their vehicles to make inquiries. This has happened 2 times in less than 2 days in the Tunapuna Police District this week. The latest incident happened last night along the Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna when the owner of a pharmacy was on her way home along with 2 employees and her vehicle was hit from behind by a Nissan Tida. The victim drove a short distance away and stopped. As she emerged from the vehicle to investigate, she was approached by 3 armed men who robbed her of a handbag which contained $5,000 in cash, an iPhone 13 valued at $13,000, and other personal effects. The suspects also drove off with the woman's silver Latino sedan, registration number PDS 4213, valued at $60,000. Inside the vehicle contained an envelope with $38,000, which represented 2 days' sales from the pharmacy. Business people or those transporting cash or valuable goods for businesses are being advised that if your vehicle is struck by another from behind, drive to the nearest police station and signal your intentions to the other driver, but do not stop or exit your vehicle. A taxi driver was shot and killed last night in Cunupia. Reports said that Robert Cujo was plying his silver Nissan Serena Age taxi around 11 p.m. along the Curep to Chaguanas route. Somewhere along the journey, he picked up 1 woman and 3 men. Upon reaching Warren Village in Warrenville, the passengers announced a holdup. A struggle ensued, and Cujo was shot several times, causing the vehicle to crash into a median while the passengers ran off. Internationally, 25 people have been arrested in raids across Germany on suspicion of plotting to overthrow the government. The group of far-right and ex-military figures are said to have prepared for a day X to storm the parliament building and seize power. Germany's Interior Minister Nancy Faeser assured Germans that authorities would respond with the full force of the law against the enemies of democracy. An estimated 50 men and women are alleged to have been part of the group said to have plotted to overthrow the republic and replace it with a new state model. And that was the 4 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online, Facebook and YouTube. I am Vanessa Thomas. Do enjoy your afternoon. The Queen of Talk, she's up next.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Next, it's the Queen of Talk with Aisha Wells.
Song man.
Put the drinks on the table. I hope you buy it.
feeling sick. That same night she was like, baby, well, if you think that he gets away, oh, yo, yo, yeah, yeah, yeah. We go in my and spend the whole day, oh, yo, yo, yeah, yeah, yeah. We eating and drink everything he bring, oh, yo, yo, yeah, yeah, yeah. When we leave there, he mustn't have a thing, oh, yo, yo, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah. Get it.
It's Christmas.
Oi. Big Mount Charlie invite me home by he. Boy, he must be a madman. Entertain this parang-pan. When the music it we vein and the liquor it we bring. This man go drink on carry van fan and dance. When you see me landing, oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. The only thing remaining is just fun. Oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. People just love they don't run and hide. Oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. When they see the signs at this parang sign. Oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. It's Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas, Merry Christmas. Oi, baila, baila. Lord, get it. This whole night sprung along, diving with the para. He drink by everybody. We decided to go by. When we reach in front the gate, we know it was a mistake. The man wife came out tossing in she 90. The wife quarreling, we feeling bad. Oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. He had to entertain me in the yard. Oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. The man in a shame is he tell we come. Oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. He bring out two cokes and a nipper rum. Oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. It's Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas, Merry Christmas. The paranda starts on Christmas Day. Oh yo yo yeah yeah yeah. And we don't stop until Ash Wednesday. Oh yo yo yeah yeah.
Christmas morning I sleeping late cause I help the wife and out of the curtain. But between Joy and daylight I hearing music and gutter walking. Somewhere I hear a maraca shaking. Somewhere I hear a mandolin tuning. Now and again I hear they repeating this sweet refrain. Akaya, 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 Akaya. Juve morning parang song is sweet but so. Just like when you have jigger in your toe. Akaya, 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 Akaya. Hey, who dey? Oh, nice one. Parangeros climbing me stairs, they are giving tears. Parang music playing. Whole day me and the wife doing chores and his only carols are hearing. But now I feel like the whole world shaking. But with a buckle it gets such a six string. And that special cat to roll up me under control. Akaya, 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 Akaya. This thing they call parang music sweet but true. Like two case of all and a juicy fruit. Akaya, 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 Akaya. Where you come from? So much on the very nice. Well, because Christmas can change people. Have you DJ I know my friend, not a person, not a Christmas. But when drinks and food are in a lavish, I is a that person. And I know the butter they can put me licorice.
Well, I said Christmas morning, I decide a parangin. By all my old time friend, cause long time I didn't see them. Man, it's chucking. It's Christmas, play the music, jam the music, and give me music, sweet parang music. Play the music, jam the music, say the music, sweet parang music.
Another fellow we used to call him Brady. He used to play guitar with a very soft pick.
Well, I passed by neighbor Joan. She give me cassava pone. She say, boy, long time no see. Play a sweet parang for me. And she chuckin'. It's Christmas. Play the music, jam the music, give me music, sweet parang music. Jam the music, play the music, and give me music, sweet parang music. Hey,
yeah. When you hear Breed play the guitar, you don't hear no music at all because it picks up on the bed. Bring it bad. And food. We put that ready to the bed.
Well, I pass by Anne-Marie. She say, is Rose foul for me? I watch she start to laugh. She say, play something before you pass. And she chuck. It's Christmas. Play the music, jam the music, and give me music, sweet parang music. It's Christmas. Play the music, jam the music, and give me music, sweet parang music.
That was with me, Ghana partner, used to call him Joe.
It was early Christmas morning, I was lying in my bed. When I hear her calling, it was neighbor Mildred. She come over early, say time to start the fete. Please don't say I'm greedy, but I ain't eat food yet. My husband gone by his mother and left me in a jam. Look my belly in my hand, neighbor give me piece of ham. Neighbor, oh yo, bring on the ham. Neighbor, ay, bring on the ham. Neighbor, oi, bring on the ham. Neighbor, ay, bring on.
Well, all your real Christmas see around here.
Bring on the ham. I don't want to know what I mean.
All you're not easy at all with the parang thing. Port of Spain is literally in a mess with people. All you could tell me Trini's in our money. If all you see tongue.
Trouble if you try to hide the meat. So rest it on the table, let the neighbor get to eat. We fetting all day and it's para all night. A little piece of ham bound to make the stomach right. My husband gone by his mother and left me in a jam. Look my belly in my hand, give me piece of ham. Neighbor, oh yo, bring out the ham. Neighbor, ay, bring out the ham. Neighbor, oi, bring out the ham. Neighbor, ay, bring on the ham. All I want to do is eat. Bring on the ham. I don't want no other meat. Bring on the ham. When I taste good so robust. Bring on the ham. It's then I just feel it's Christmas. Bring on the ham. Never oi. Bring on the ham. Never ay. Bring on the ham. Never oi. Bring on the ham. Never ay. Bring on the ham.
So let me start off by saying good afternoon to you, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Top of the afternoon to those of you on the web right now. That's right. Those of you on the web right now, locking me down via our Facebook and YouTube pages. How you guys doing today? It is slightly overcast. I ain't seen no rain yet. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But it's looking like we might get some few showers our way. Let me say good afternoon to Truly Diamond, Nigel Price, all the way from London. How you doing, King? Jillian, Sonia Villarreal, how you guys doing? Maria Lyons, Christine Edward Farrow, big up the whole team. Ashford Leggett peeping on the inside. Ashford, I see you on the ground report. What are you doing over there? Ashford, you don't know the only show to listen to in the morning. It's either Dominic and Sharon on the street. Stay away from those troublemakers on that side. I'm warning you. Joanne B. Thomas, how you doing today? Hope you're having an awesome day. Yeah. Lisa King, I see you. Christine Edward Farrow, celebrating a birthday and anniversary. Blessings to you, Queen. Good afternoon to Paul. Big up your whole self, Paul. Run out. Good afternoon to Sean Wharton, Rudy, Trudy, Point Commander Shara, to Trevor, to Al. Kevin Williams, good afternoon to Diane Payne, Gregory Allen, yes, I see you. Good afternoon to Michelle Superwoman, KB United. Good afternoon to Akil. Akil, behave yourself today, please. Good afternoon to Same Dude, Christine Edward Farrow. I saw you on YouTube. What are you doing? You on YouTube today? Pauline, Joyce Phillip, good afternoon to you. Anne-Marie Arthur and Patsy Nelson. Trev Dennis on the inside as well. And no, it's not crooks and shoplifters in Port of Spain. Know your damn place, you Trev Den. Don't start me too early. So guys, plenty to talk about today. Herbert Volney has gone to meet God. I wish him... Let me be honest. Herbert Volney gone to talk to God, and I think he has a lot to tell God. That's all I would say on that. I'm trying to be less deceitful this year. I'm trying, you know. Some of all you have to really see and be deceitful with, but I'm trying my very best. When I don't have to be, I won't. I think he has had a colorful life as it relates to politics and his stint at the judiciary. I would not lie to say that he would be missed, maybe to his friends and his family, certainly not to me. My first encounter with this man would have been his life in the judiciary, and the stain of the Brad Boys case has stuck in my psyche from now until probably the day I go to meet God. And I had things to tell God too, so me ain't trying to feel like I better than nobody. But that Brad Boys matter sat like a heavy stone on my chest up to today. Because it sent a message to young people like me at that time. This is how justice is served in Trinidad and Tobago. And when I thought I could have looked past the Brad Boy situation, then he appeared on a platform with a snake and a bunch of keys. And I say, okay, let's see if he's going to recreate himself here. And before I close my eye, it was sections 34 in my backside. So literally, I personally would like him to get to God as quick as he can to answer for some of the things I think he needs to talk to God about. All of us had to go and meet God, especially me, and I have plenty to tell him when I leave here. But I am not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to be deceitful. I am not going to pretend that I am not pleased that he has gone to meet God, to talk to God about some of the things he needs to tell him. And yes, Paul Saran, I intend to meet God. I have no problems meeting him. One thing I ain't afraid of. If I forget my pastor, well, my pastor is Islam. We just pray to go and meet with Lord, because we don't have to be living among some other deceitful people when we go and meet he. But until then, I have things to ask God to forgive me. And that's one less by being deceitful to some of you. So the lines are open. What is your memory of Herbert Volney? I'm not asking you to be nasty. I said what I had to say, and I say it quite diplomatically. I'm very sure you realize that. I did not defame. I did not insult. I did not hurt. It's a death and people are in mourning. So please, if you're calling to talk about your memory of the man, do it with a little bit of class now. You know, some all are classless. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. Number to call 342-0081. That's 342-0081. 771-1791. That's 771-1791. Or 4665391. Every line is lit. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon to you, my dearie.
How you doing? How you doing, my loving warrior princess?
I'm doing good in the name of Jesus. I'm doing good. Girl, my contribution, we keep it with class. About Brad Boyce, Mr. Volney, may his soul rest in peace, and God alone can judge. But girl, the victim that was inflicted, right, by Brad Boyce, you know what hurt us in the community? Oh, he was down from the West.
He was from down, yes, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the parents could harm the girl and they became alcoholics.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, that they ease the pain. To ease the pain of the victim, his parents, the victim's parents became alcoholics. You know? Does it tell you, girl, it was something else? But I leave him to God. Papa God will handle everything. Parents became alcoholics, girl.
It's so sad you tell me all of that and I got a teary eye, you know.
Girl, if people gonna talk it on the pause reason to see what the parents, you see, people don't think. When you figure you interfering with one body, the amount of people that are affected by your decisions and what you do, it's painful. So that young man who was murdered, parents became alcoholics. Go on, girl. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. As I said, as I started, I continue. Herbert Volney has gone to meet God. And we are just recounting some of his lifetime moments in public life. Caller, you live.
Aisha Welch, good afternoon.
Mommy, how you doing?
Hi, dear, my darling. How are you going? How are those boys?
Those boys are great.
Well, Aisha, I come in contact with Mr. Volney on more than one occasion. And all I can say, may the angel lead him into paradise. You heard me?
Yes, Mommy, and that was very classy of you.
Yes, may the angel lead him into paradise. That was the I'll call back in, my darling.
Thank you so much, Mommy. Caller, you live.
A pleasant good day to you, Aisha. How are you?
Have some behavior today, Paul. You know you.
Aisha, let me tell you something, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite either, and I am not going to say condolences, because there are lots of people, by extent, even though the family was hurting, and as the caller rightfully said, in terms of they become alcoholics, what hurt me the most, though, is that the public did not get justice, because the public already see where that Brad Boy case was going down. And that is the thing that we must adhere to. We may come in the public domain and we may fabricate a story to become somebody, but the truth does always come out. And let me tell you something, that is for anybody. But you see what he did, I believe what happened to him, and I'm really sorry to say this, I really believe this is justice to the family. And by extension, the population. Thank you.
Justice Hubert Volney. Justice Hubert Volney is hoping to cross from the judiciary, which upholds law, to Parliament, the legislature, which creates law. And during his 15 years in the judiciary, presiding over 450 cases, he's not a stranger to controversy. In 1999, he delivered a judgment that freed Brad Boyce on a charge of manslaughter in the death of Jason Johnson. Johnson was struck in the head during an altercation outside a nightclub in St. James in 1996. The Privy Council ruled in 2006, however, that Justice Volney Volney was wrong. He'd sit in other high-profile cases over the years, including that of Saromani Maharaj, charged with the murder of Dr. Chandra Narayan Singh in 2006. The state had concluded its testimony, and instead of being called to make their defense, the accused attorneys presented legal arguments to Volney. They were entitled to say that they wished to have the trial stopped if the state had not proven the guilt of the accused. The jury deliberated and returned with a not guilty verdict, at which point Justice Volney then asked the foreman whether he wanted to hear any more evidence. The foreman said no, the case over without the defense making a submission. He'd also denied bail to Muslim leader Imam Yazan Abu Bakr on 2 occasions, following his arrest on charges of sedition, incitement and terrorism, and it would take several applications by Bakr's attorneys before bail was granted. Always vocal, Justice Volney once questioned the racial composition of trial juries, leading the Indo-Trinbago Equality Council to call on the Chief Justice and the Law Association for an investigation. A strong advocate for strokes, he once told the court with regards to a man found guilty of a sexual offence, "I would love to, and I think the public would wildly approve of it. You see, the quandary Parliament has put us in when we should be sorting out legislation to keep a grip on crime." He recently said that prisoners should embark on a hunger strike to bring attention to the need for an overhaul of the criminal justice system, and told lawyers they should file a constitutional motion against the state for discrimination, while expressing frustration with the system for appointing attorneys through the Legal Aid and Advisory Authority.
So there you have it, people. There you've had it. I am getting ready to go for a break. When we come back, we continue with your calls.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
Mommy, you hear that 91.9 giving out 91 gifts to 91 children? Girl, where you hear that from? Mommy, everybody talking about it. Look, don't confuse me. Mommy, it's simple. All you have to do is keep your radio locked on the Street 91.9. And when they say call in, just lend me a phone so I can get Christmas gift.
What trouble is this? I hope you know your schoolwork, like how you know all of this.
That's simple. Join us as we celebrate 91 days of Christmas. Join us as we celebrate 91 days with 91 gifts this Christmas. It's simple.
And when they say call in, just lend me a phone so I can get Christmas gift.
91 days of Christmas. Keep it locked on the Street 919 FM.
Oh God, Mommy, I just want to be part of the 91 days. I promise I'll be good. I promise I'll do good in my schoolwork.
for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Give me a walk with Peter. If some sinners coming, with them I go be dealing. Because the things that they do me, I want to fix them personally. Peter wait. Peter looks at the roads by the gate. Peter, look the Englishman, we send us the roads to Africa land. Peter, take trip, take rally, but leave Victoria for me. Peter, I just don't care what you say, but Mussolini can't get away. Why? This is my time for running. I'm running. Blazing. This is your time for running. I'm running. Fire coming. From these madman and woman, I feel the full weight of the hand. They need the oppressed law. They never care about the poor. Peter, these people had a day. Well, now it's time for Stalin to play. Peter, wait, I say Peter, wait. Peter, look, Ian Smith by the gate. Money. Peter, I don't want you to make fuss. Remember, I want Christopher Columbus. Money. Peter, look, the Englishwoman who was South Africa refused to put sanctions. Peter, I just don't care what you...
I maintain I have done no wrong. I have lied to no one. And that is just legal jargon that was put in that statement. Unfortunately, I have to say, I do not believe that the Prime Minister wrote that statement.
Less than 24 hours after his public sacking as Justice Minister, Herbert Vonley is now speaking out. Speaking with reporters on the front lawn of his Chamflair home on Friday, the former High Court judge gave a detailed representation of his recollection of the events which led to him being fired. He said at a meeting on July 24th, which included the Chief Justice, the Director of Public Prosecutions, National Security Minister Jack Warner, then Acting Attorney General Ganga Singh, and others, it was agreed that the implementation of the Administration of Justice Act would be done on January 2nd, 2013. Mr. Vonley insists that he sought cabinet approval to proclaim Section 34 on August 31st to clear a backlog of cases and to facilitate the rollout of the entire act in January. The only error, according to him, was that he did not consult again with the Chief Justice on this decision. He was critical of DPP Roger Gaspard, who subsequently criticized the proclamation.
He knew of it, did nothing about it, and as soon as the act was proclaimed, he then raises a letter of 27 pages to the Prime Minister complaining. What did he do when he discovered it and he was aware of Section 34? He did absolutely nothing, and that is dereliction of duty.
Mr. Vonley told us that had the DPP raised a red flag, he would have made the necessary changes to include white-collar crimes. The former minister also said that when the note was taken to cabinet to have Section 34 proclaimed, none of the ministers, including the ones present at the July 24th meeting, raised any objections. Given the public outcry, he said, he informed the Prime Minister that he was prepared to resign, and in fact tendered his resignation to Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, but she refused to accept it, only to publicly dismiss him later. So how does he feel about being fired?
I am very unhappy that I was fired because I can tell you that I had offered my resignation as the fall guy, because this thing happened through my ministry and in true parliamentary system, I think that the proper thing for her to have done was to accept my resignation and not go afterwards and for me to see it on television with my wife and children present that I was fired. I had to keep my children from school today.
But Mr. Vonley isn't holding any grudges and said he will continue to support the United National Congress.
When Christ was dying, he said on the cross, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
I am Chester Sambrano, reporting for CNC3 News.
Because the things that they do me, I want to fix them personally.
I am Chester Sambrano.
Peter looks Cecil Rhodes by the gate. Peter, look the Englishman. We send Cecil Rhodes to Africa land.
Caller, you live.
Good afternoon to you, dear journalists and friends.
My friend Tabakit.
And let me say, former councillor from the Port of Spain Corporation. Let me say at this time, may the soul of the faithful departed rest in peace, and may the martyrs usher him into paradise. To be absent from the body is to be present with God. The Creator is the giver of life, and only the Creator would be able to call us home. Let me say this here with no political strings. None but no one have any authority over death and life. Regardless to who you are, regardless to the political affiliation, regardless to your religion or gender, regardless to whatever sin, whatever atrocity the individual, he or her, boy or girl, have committed it. Only the Creator have that power to judge. Journalists, let me take your mind back to something. When the Christ was on the face of this earth, before his death, one day the Christ was somewhere out there conducting his business. And the multitude and the mob was chasing a woman all in a black veil. When they reached by the Christ, everybody is saying, and perhaps you know the story, the giant, stone her, stone her. And the Christ was in the sand, kneeling in the sand. And they're saying, stone her. The Christ got up to his feet. And hear what the Christ said. And it is in the Bible. This is not Tabaki speaking here. Because I have nothing to do with the word of God. I'm a wretched sinner. But the word of God remained life. And when Christ stood up, you know what he said? He said, those among you who is without sin cast the first stone. The Christ kneeled back down in the sand. And when the Christ awakened again, rose to his feet, it didn't have one person standing there but just the woman. And you know what he said to her? And I'm quoting the Christ now. He said, my friend, go in peace and sin no more. And the moral of the story, who are we? Who are we? And even though this evening we may try to wash over Vonley dirty linen, and we may look for kings in the armor, not even I can't, who is a wretched sinner, I can't point fingers at nobody. And I'm saying people free to call after I finish and curse me out and judge me. It don't matter to me. It really don't matter. But all I will do and say, those, and I say just like the Christ here, and this is not for you because you are the journalist, you are the host, you have a program, you open it up to everybody. Those who believe they do not have any sin and they are sinless, let them call and judge the dead. As I take my leave, let me say again, may the soul of the faithful departed rest in peace, and may the martyrs usher him into paradise. To be absent from the body is to be present with God. Only God, none of us. Nobody knows the coming of the Lord. None. You could be who? You could be where? And let me say this, dear sister. I still wait for any church leader, any religious leader to come out and claim they had healed the COVID or COVID-19. I still wait on that. You hear? Anybody. And I continue to say, the day we come out from church and religion and only see the Creator, then our problem will be solved. Who want to call and curse me? It don't worry me, because it's come as you're throwing water on duck back. Rest in peace, my brother.
Sarah Keith, I almost thought we was at the funeral, you know. The way how you performed that eulogy day, I was waiting for the congregation to get up and pass a basket. But Tabakit, you see, the problem with some of us is we refuse to be deceitful. Because that don't throw stone and don't pelt stone does only apply to people when they're dead. Because some all just be pelting stone down at Diego Martin West on Dr. Rowley's back 24/7 and he alive. Woohoo! Spirit, let me talk today, Tabakit. The Bible does only apply for when people dead or what? Because there's a live man that all you stoning to death every afternoon on this show. Correct? Some of we just prefer not to be deceitful, Tabaki, that is all. We acknowledge that we all must go to meet our Creator. In fact, I was the first person that say I have plenty to tell him when I reach. And I have no problem going and meet him. So to come here to make it look as though we're making this out to be a I hate Volney club and everybody bashing him, people are talking about things he would have done in his life. So what? Because anybody dead, we must just talk about what they have done good? That's the problem with some of us. We want to do bad we entire life, and when we dead, we don't want nobody else speak the dead. Tabakit, whether you do good or you do bad, people have to talk about it. Some decisions this man made in his life while he was alive affected persons. Still today up until their death. But we shouldn't talk about it because the man dead. Let the man dead and the dead bury the dead and God deal with that. But allow some of us who still feel the pain of some of the decisions he would have made. Allow us to grieve too now. This is grief too, Tabakit. We grieving. We are grieving. The lines are open. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Hey, Jama, how you doing?
Hi, dear. Aisha, what I know about the gentleman, when I used to play music for the magistracy service, he used to be there in the function. That it was Mr. Drysdale, Mr. Hamilton, Trevor Hamilton. He was an honorary member of the Sergeant Mess, and through him, I started to play for the judiciary service. Every Christmas, for 10 years straight, I pay for the Christmas party. I know nothing about the man's private life. I cannot pelt no stone. I can't say nothing bad about him. I know. I think he dead and gone. And he dance and all. I remember dancing with him and all. Dancing and spinning me around like a top. I remember that about him. And I want to get Triple G. I have the thing for Triple G's daughter. And I also have the thing for the little 9-year-old girl. I want to give it to them. Could you give me the name, please? Okay? Blessings.
No problem. Let me see if I could get his number here for you, Gemma. 1 minute. Gemma, take the man number. Hold on. He's always sent a message here. Let me go back in the messages. Gemma, his number is 277. Hold on, is it? I wonder. Right. 277-8518. Gemma, his number is 277-8518. I repeat, his number is 277-8518. Caller, you live?
Yes, Sister Aisha, good evening.
How you doing, my darling?
Well, I day after God looking on. And you see, men like Tabakita don't want to use words. When a man live evil, the Bible talk about evil, you know. Evil. You live in evil on the earth. I mean, they say people will usher you into paradise. Where is paradise? There's no heaven or hell. There's no paradise, heaven or hell you're going to. I pass through Bonnie, you know. A man come in my garden and chucked me up in my garden. And I went to the fourth communal court with Bonnie, Satan Bonnie. And Bonnie, then Bonnie was on another case. Bonnie telling the juries on them, if they find the man acted under self-defense, if he said over, so a man come in my place and defending himself in my place by chopping me. And that case dismissed the man with me, all they damaged me. And what do you want me to say now? Angels ushering me into paradise? Huh? What the talking on them? Then people to play with words or what? Every evil that man do on this place, they have to pay for. Every evil, they have to answer for good or bad. They have to answer for it. And I know he did wrong to me. He did wrong to me. Give me a wrong judgment. You understand? And I could never stand up and say, usher him into paradise. All of us have to go before God. All of us. Long to life. Any man that is born over one have a short time to live. Put that in the back of your head and keep it riding. So don't have death and death and death. All of us have to go someday. And he gone, and that man gave me a wrong judgment. Because, you know, it's only God keep me alive, you know. Only God keep me alive, you know. 9 shots to my body. 9 shots to my body, and I still live. Because you know why? God said it wasn't my time to leave this earth. God said it wasn't the time for me to leave this earth. And nobody could move it when God he had to stay here. He said, touch not is anointed.
Call us back. You got cut off. Caller, you live.
Hi, sister. Good evening.
My dear brother.
I thought we was in Sunday school just now. No? Yeah, I swear I was in Sunday school according to UK on the old eulogy, because what that has to do with the clips that you played, we outline the character of the man. I called a radio station just a while ago, and Rowley Jr. called before. And I said to the host, I said, you know, this man, let me know my set down a bit. This man will be remembered for Section 34 because the opposition supported and we voted that we would have masters in the court, and this whole problem with the court system would have been solved by now. This man took 2 clauses out of it. I said he was used, and the host agreed. Because what reason would you take just those 2 particular clauses out of the bill? To seem to free up the court, but as you take that out and think, these men applied less than a wabi after? How they know that? You understand what I'm saying?
Understood.
So he was used. So today, my taxpayers' dollars run up and down, still trying to hold 4 men or 4 persons for buying a door and a toilet seat for how much $1,000 in our airport in them time. Gutierrez and whoever the person, the other people in Miami, don't make the jail come out playing golf with the grandchildren. And I have 4 people for 20-something years, and you would just come with us keys and a bunch of snake after leaving the bench. And so I still paying for that other taxpayer. I would not forget that. I sure Brad Boy's mother, the gentleman with his Brad Boy's thing. I sure if his mother's still alive, she ain't gonna forget that. And a man, that was it, his base was the name of the club, the nightclub. Cuff a man with a brass knuckles. And he ended up somewhere in Australia, working on some vessel, if I'm mistaken. And so his legacy is not polished, is not shining. What he left us here with is not a good legacy. Come Tabaki, that's on the school theory you coming up with. Come now, man, that you and they don't want it. These are what you consider, when that contribution you make there is what I would consider. Where you come here for? I don't know now. The supervisor tell we have to come down to support Kamla. Actually.
So wait now, you put him in the class with the waterfront crew?
That's what they are. That's what they are. It is time we call them out for what they are. You can't be intelligent to come to talk to people, in big people here to talk that garbage. I shall he's 60 years, he collecting pension already. That Sunday school lesson he come to with is for who? It's a conversation about the man's character, the expense that he left the state. Here where he come to apologize, here where he tell me, he don't believe that Kamla said that about he. Because I gave up, man. You know what hurt he the most? He was fired, Aisha Wells. That is what happened, I went to hand in my resignation. And she said, no. She's backing me up. Because why? All this. Which part she went and sleep when they win the election, Aisha Wells? Which part the opposition leader went and sleep the night when she won the election?
Somewhere up in Tunapuna, they were saying.
You remember the name of the man?
I don't remember the man.
Oh. That man wasn't to get some contract to pull fuel in Trinidad and Tobago when that thing happened. When the mark bust out. And all these things was planned, sponsored. That's why you hear Watson Duke saying, the government give them 30-something million, but all the money come back to Trinidad. I say, well, the money returned to the treasury. It's gone to Trinidad contractors. You don't understand what Watson Duke telling me there, Aisha Wells? When are we going to wake up all here? Just enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much, brother. Let me take a call very quickly. Caller, you live?
Aisha Wells, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Kunji.
Good afternoon, Toronto. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Aisha Wells, if that last caller over there, listen to what he say over there, really, he will feel bad about himself. Because when Gopal get a gas contract, when the opposition, Dr. Keith Rowley administration, kick against that, he lose that contract. Watch how much government ministers now have contract. Hey, you see what's going on? But that is them as Indian people and all they can't say nothing. But anyway, that is all they like. All they like them things. But Aisha, if I had a hello?
Yes, Kunji.
Hello?
Kunji, somebody calling you while you're on the radio.
Yeah. If I have to classify only that and remember all the wrong things you do, I will say, well, he did a lot of wrong and bad, and people against him for what he do, and he show no compassion. But that remind me of Eric William that, because Eric William was the first Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. He created Motilal Moran, Ishgal Baran Singh, and all them Indian contractors, and then make him a multi-millionaire. And the place where he represent the first Prime Minister in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, he constituency had the most amount of crime, violence, and murders, deplorable condition. And that is why I say, well, all right, he had was dead, because he didn't do nothing for the people them that vote for him for all them years. Have a nice evening, Aisha.
Yeah, we know all they said that. All they don't talk about Eric Williams, all they bad talk Franklin Khan too, you forget. All remember how much of the rejoicing was taking place when Frankie went to meet God? All he doesn't remember. We're going to go for a break. When we come right back, the lines are open. We are taking your call. Stop being deceitful. Somalia. There we go.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
But they not there. A Campari, alright then.
Campari holiday vibes. From now until December 31st, 2022, buy a 750 milliliter or 1 liter bottle of Campari and receive a free gift while stocks last. Then use the receipt to enter the holiday vibes promotion for a chance to win your share of over $40,000 in holiday prizes. You could be a winner. Campari, respect the bitter. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly. Conditions apply.
Your child is beginning to discover the world. It's time to let them explore. Clim 1 Plus contains calcium, iron, and vitamins that support their defenses, helping to promote a healthy immune system and normal growth. After all, your little explorer has the whole world to discover. Clim, your love, their future. Clim 1 Plus is not a breast milk substitute. It is specially suited from 1 year onward.
Want to furnish your home in style? Stylus Furniture makes this possible. Shop using our affordable layaway options to purchase any of our modern sectionals, dining, living room, or bedroom sets, and receive a dinner voucher for 2 at Atelier's Restaurant and Lounge. For further information, contact us at 652-2542, 652-2688, and 790-1202. You can also visit any of our branches located at 101 Crackness Village, Princestown, and 51 Rushwood Street in San Fernando. Stylus Furniture, for the style in you.
Your child is beginning to discover the world. It's time to let them explore. Clim 1 Plus contains calcium, iron, and vitamins that support their defenses, helping to promote a healthy immune system and normal growth. After all, your little explorer has the whole world to discover. Clim, your love, their future. Clim 1 Plus is not a breast milk substitute. It is specially suited from 1 year onward.
This Christmas at KFC, a festive box. Fill your belly till you're merry.
Get a festive box with 2 pieces of chicken, 2 regular sides, a biscuit, and a large drink for $48.95. Only from KFC. This Christmas, let the good times begin with a festive box from KFC.
A festive box. This Christmas at KFC, a festive box. Fill your belly till you're merry. KFC chicken, oh what a joy it brings. Festive boxes are win. This box have a relative. This Christmas we on top with KFC festive box. Order or come check us at KFC this Christmas.
Get a festive box with 2 pieces of chicken, 2 regular sides, a biscuit, and a large drink for $48.95. Only from KFC.
91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes, 91 days of Christmas. It's karaoke, prizes to be won, giveaways. It's the 91 days of Christmas on the street. 919 FM.
I could sing a good serenade. Oh, it's Christmas.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
Tune into The Street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinau Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas on The Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Here at Land Capital Certificates, we provide opportunities for your money to make money. We all know saving is important, but saving alone won't get you to your financial goals. And let's face it, the bank doesn't have your best interest in mind. So this is your wake-up call. Do you have $1 million saved? Then contact us today. Spots Unlimited. Call 324-LENN. That's 324-LENN.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy. Wow. Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Wow. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
In the oven, just the carpet over down. When I leave the kitchen and I come out this evening, I'm drinking white, I'm drinking black, I'm drinking punch and drinking fat, I'm drinking Bacardi and cherry. I'm drinking anything, anything you give me. I'm drinking anything. For this Christmas, I'm drinking anything. For this Christmas, I'm drinking anything. I'm drinking white, I'm drinking black, I'm drinking punch and drinking fat, drinking Bacardi and cherry. I'm drinking anything. Anything you give me. I'm drinking anything. I'm drinking anything. Whenever this time comes, it's so hot fun. From ever since I like parang, because my father name is Wang. So don't be against me. It's running the family. From the time September come, I buy me rum and put it down. I'm drinking anything. I'm drinking anything. I'm drinking anything. Wakwani friends from Tobago, Christmas they reach in Fat Meadow, with a box piece and a quattro, a violin and a banjo. They say they always had a plan to give me family a parang. They wake up my mommy right away when they ring out with this loud way. My Jeffrey, oh, get up. Hey, like you are here the neighbor cock crowing, oh girl. Madam Jeffrey, oh, get up. Time to put on smoke in your kitchen, oh girl. Madam Jeffrey, oh, wake up. I hope you know it's white oak drinking, oh girl. Madam Jeffrey, oh, get up. some sweet wild meat. So this year I'm heading for the hills, where folks smile as they're meeting. Nice people. Where a cock crowing dust up the line, where as they wish you season's greetings. Same time they hand you some Simon time. I'm heading for Paramin for Christmas. Paramin this Christmas. You hear a string bass and a mandolin. Paramin this Paramin, real Param. The kind of daisy voice I used to sing. Hey, up there you coulda canta, canta. Up there you coulda baila, baila. Say me gusta mucho, mucho. Cause they have it genuine. Dancing, dancing, take the children prancing, prancing. Everyone romancing, baby. Take me back to Paramin. I say leave me, I'm with
Paran set up inside the garage. I did this Indian daisy out there. Say she come from Paran. It's so she loves she back and now. Never when Paran came before. So what it do she doesn't know. But we then mash up the party, singing this melody. Gucci, 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 la la. Go pepper in the China. No, no, nothing on no basket. Can I speak Spanish very well? Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la la. Oh, Gucci, Gucci, la. Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la. If you see the sweet muchacha, Barbara come from Calcutta. The way she's shaking up the bamba, I thought she come out for some action. Ole, 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 she's shouting. Whole party don't stop and watch it. She really drive me crazy, singing this melody. Gucci, 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 la la. Put no pepper in the chala. Don't know nothing about basket. They're not speak Spanish very well. Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la la. Oh, Gucci, Gucci, la. Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la la. Gucci, Gucci, la la. Oh, Gucci, Gucci, la.
Early Christmas morning, everybody busy doing something. Who were painting the scrubbing? Who were scrubbing the cooking? Sister hanging up the curtains, I saw them boiling in the yard. Rasta grab up the hot pitch, joint in a ham and dash up like him man. Hey, hey, ay, 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 yo. Christmas, that time to be loving. Hey, ay, 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 yo. Christmas, that time to be giving. Hey, ay, 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 yo. Christmas, that time to be sharing. Oh Lord, I'm feeling so fat, neighbor, neighbor. Neighbor, come and party and fat, neighbor, neighbor. Neighbor, bring me children and set, neighbor, neighbor. Neighbor, neighbor. Neighbor, neighbor. Next thing you know, hot sun shining. The day start off with a bang. I hear Marac and Quattro strumming. Gomez and Pedro come to Paran. They sang the Annunciation, followed by an Aguinaldo. But they lick up 2 bottles of rum and a pot of coffee before they go. Hey, hey, ay, 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 yo. Christmas, a time to be loving. Hey, Christmas, a time to be giving. Christmas, a time to be sharing. Oh Lord, I'm feeling too fat, neighbor, neighbor. Yes, I feel too fat, neighbor, neighbor. Ay, 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 ay. the table. Mommy say, help yourself. I see Grandpa take down the bottle. He was hiding from on the shelf. Mr. Social say he ain't eating. He shout, I'm as filled as an egg. But in the West Coast pocket he hiding a bowl of sauce and a turkey leg.
For your Soca Parang Music Suite, sponsored by B-Mobile. Life is on and the House of Angostura.
I pick up a girl and we caught him. She want me to 25, she says she's a virgin, not she want me to. I tell she the police, so give me case. She want me to get her till she base, Lord. She want me to chicka-tinga. She want me to chicka-tinga. She want me to chuck say in the morning, chuck say in the evening, sweetness in the night time too. Well, God, I say chicka-tinga. She want me to chicka-tinga. I tell she I'm under the zone. She want me to. She tell me people will not know. She want me to roll in the kankalang in the place. She want me to. She want me jump some pots in she waist, Lord. She want me to chicka-tinga. She want me to chicka-tinga. She want me to chuck say in the morning, chuck say in the evening, sweetness in the night time too, Lord. She want me to chicka-tinga. She want me to chicka-tinga. This right back all this Christmas with the latest Spanish influx. Cause I'm eating this thing like a chorus. All I hear in all round the places. Well, everywhere I turn is the same phrase. All I hear in all round the places. Lord, from April to Palo Seco, Trinidad, San Fernando, Magna Togo, even in the hometown Separia, Coparataria, Caripachanga. Who is this? I was never anticipating that simple communicating in my own language, in my own village could have become so frustrating. Now everywhere there's a tongue, Spanish rolling, rattling the tongue. So for simple everyday transaction, I had to get translation. Cause everything that I say, they tell me they no comprehend. Play a mark in the play way, the cash I say no comprehend. Trying to buy a sandwich in Subway, get the galley. The way I hearing it everywhere, I swear the latest paragon tell me stories. All I hear is all round the place. Every street, every lane, every alley, every trace. All I hear is all round the place. From Maya Road to Monkey Town, Big Princess Town, all of John. All my sister right Tobago, right through Scarborough, let me go Lambo. Now don't get me wrong, I have no objections for Spanish-speaking persons dwelling in my twin island at all, not at all. But I could have never fathomed talking with my English tongue would have make me want to hold me head and cry. Cause at least once for the day, I've come to hear. I want to buy doubles in the day, long day. I carry my car by the wash day, get the man day. So this yes and I, you see me, I need a Spanish to English dictionary. Cause we'll be back on all this Christmas, we call them Spanish amongst us. Cause they're repeating this thing over and over like a chorus. All I hear is all round the places.
pay more attention in Spanish class instead of playing the puro. Yes, if I could have foreseen what happened now in TNT. Ay, Dios mío, I telling you I would have taken the thing seriously. But me is studying the language, so now I at a disadvantage. With no interpreter, no translator, catching me tail to money. Yesterday this real good looking girl, she watch me and give me the signal. But when I drop the lyrics, she spit in Spanish. Good Lord, me a bilingual, so everything that I say, she telling me no comprende. I drop my best friends on the lady, still she tell me no comprende. Oh, one man could be so bad, okay, don't always get no comprende. She only said me no comprende, then she repeat them words that cause confusion. All I hear is all some places. Every day, everywhere, but I have to face it. All I hear is all some places.
We having a bar and party, jamming all day. We having a bar and party, jamming all night. Bring up to the drinks, killy 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 king, killy killy drinks, killy 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 king, killy killy drinks, killy 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 king, killy killy drinks, killy 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 king. A bar and party, jamming all day. We having a bar and party, jamming all night. Plenty drinks, plenty food to put you in the mood. From Christmas to Carnival, bring everything hard. Show I hear my name calling. Show it's no time for sleeping. Show let's start the bar again. Show it's Christmas time again. We go parang like long ago. With box bass, guitar and quattro. A man with a mandolin in his hand. You could see they come out to jam. We having a bar and party, jamming all day. We having a bar and party, jamming all night. Bring out all the drinks, killy 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 drinks, killy 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 drinks, killy 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 drinks, killy 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 killy. A bar and party, jamming all day. We having a bar and party, jamming all night. Plenty pork and farang, woman and all kind of ham. From Christmas to Carnival, bring everything hard. Show put coffee on the fire. Show not leave it till later. Show it's a gentle reminder. Show bring out the liquor. We go parang like long ago. Here's my friends them from Tobago. We go dance the heel and toe. Sing parang and let we go, let we go, let we go. Drinks, killy 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 king, killy killy drinks, killy 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 king, killy killy drinks.
That was your Soca Parang Music Suite, sponsored by B-Mobile. Life is on, and the House of Angostura.
I see you guys talking about it's not a music show. It's a talk show. Hey, this is a sponsored segment, ma'am, that the people paying the hot cash for, that paying my salary and all your favorite announcers at the Street 919 FM. So it's going to be over in about 4 minutes. Bear with us. I know all you're here for the backers, and it's going to be lit when we return. But just bear with me for about 4 more minutes, all right? We'll be right back. Stay with us. In the meanwhile, enjoy the music now, man. The people like you.
so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
This is the voice of Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
You hear that 91.9 giving out 91 gifts to 91 children? Girl, where you hear that from? Mommy, everybody talking about it. Look, don't confuse me. Mommy, it's simple. All you have to do is keep your radio locked on the Street 91.9. And when they say calling, just lend me a phone so I can get Christmas gift. What trouble is this? I hope you know your schoolwork, like how you know all of this.
That's simple. Join us as we celebrate 91 days of Christmas. Join us as we celebrate 91 days with 91 gifts this Christmas. It's simple.
And when they say calling, just lend me a phone so I can get Christmas gift.
91 days of Christmas. Keep it locked on the Street 919 FM.
Oh God, Mommy, I just want to be part of the 91 days. I promise I'll be good. I promise I'll do good in my schoolwork.
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute God Amari, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
We are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. We are back. Let's start it.
Getting hard, but when I watch out their faces, mama, yo, like they're going mad. It must be the budget that the man from White called it greed. But all that
Mr. Speaker, I see hate. Mr. Speaker, I see bitterness. Mr. Speaker, I see acrimony. Mr. Speaker, I see animosity. And Mr. Speaker, I see a man completely out of control. completely out of control, Mr. Speaker. That is what I see. And that problem is not a new problem to me, you know. I was aware of the tendency for the Honorable to go out of control since 1987. I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003 as a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, a PNM Minister, and told him that there was bid rigging taking place in Udicott. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with Biako Airport. And it's even more brazen.
This is where what has become a major symbol for the UNC in the election campaign began, as on Thursday, the UNC candidate for St. Joseph, retired Justice Herbert Volney, met with pensioner Percy Villafana at his home. Villafana, as you would recall, infamously blocked PNM leader Prime Minister Patrick Manning from entering his residence. The UNC candidate for the area says Villafana has become so popular because he had the courage to demand that his rights be respected.
When the Prime Minister brushed him aside at this very point here, the Prime Minister was breaching his constitutional right to prevent anybody from coming onto his property.
As the pair walked about the St. Joseph constituency, they were warmly greeted with many eager to meet Villafana. Even Calypsonian Crazy turned out to join the walkabout. However, the UNC candidate said the issue of representation must not be ignored.
All over the constituency, we have instances of neglect. This is one instance of neglect. Open manholes that are dangerous to all people.
For CNC3, I'm Melissa Williams.
So all you forget that it was people like Herbert Volney that took poor pensioner suffering from all sorts of dementias all over St. Joseph to campaign. Look, all it is have short memory, you know. All it is have short memory. The poor man didn't know if he was coming or he was going. He don't know if he was doing so, or if he was shaking, trying to shake Mr. Manning's hand. He don't know. You didn't know. All your papi showed that man like a mascot all over St. Joseph. And vexed because I say you are plenty to tell God. The lines are open. We are taking some more calls. I'm trying to pull up a video here of somebody else. When you see them talk to God, there are plenty to tell him, you know. When you see them talk to God, there are plenty to tell them, you know. There we go. Caller, you live.
Aisha, you know, you remind me of something. I remember Juliet Davy and others was doing the do-so. You understand? It's the do-so that was doing. So that was part of getting rid of Patrick Manning. Thank you.
Who wait? What happened there? What happened there? Paul, listen, Paul. You, Paul. Stay with me, Paul. I'm losing you. I'm losing you, Paul. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Hi, how you doing, darling?
Good. I hope you have a pleasant evening and pleasant evening.
I am.
Aisha, I wanted to respond to Mr. Barataris to tell him that he should, when he asked about where the former Prime Minister had slept, because it seems as though rat and the rat or cupboard rat or whatever seems to know what's going on in people's bedroom, of whose son and whose son, and so maybe that rat would probably be able to answer about bedroom affairs, and he also said that this gentleman was used. I don't think he was used. He wanted to be used. Not a man of that status to tell me that he doesn't know what he's doing. That's why he decided that he wanted to resign. He was just hurt because you see all of them want to be in that black book, to look good. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you so much for sharing. Look at this next one. I can't believe I used to look up to this man as a national football hero in this country. You know, I was a footballer in my school days. Yes, I used to play football from a school as the females football team. And I used to look up to this man in my school days. Turned out to be one major disappointment. When you see he so had to talk to God, there are plenty to tell them. Listen to this.
So with that in mind, I am not going. The only wounds that I bear are from the fights that I avoided. So with that in mind, I am not going down with regrets for not taking up a fight. So Guardian editorial, Guardian Sabga News newspaper, where's the editorial for Roger when he called Rowley a lazy son of a bitch? No editorial for him. No editorial for the trade union leaders selling out their workers because some of them have contracts with the government. No editorial for Rowley and his bad mouth of Fitzgerald Hines, who said drive a dagger into the hearts of the UNC supporters. In other words, East Indian supporters. No editorial for that. No editorial for Rowley always talking about Kamala this and Kamala 90 and Kamala cat and no editorial for that. But once an East Indian decide to assert himself, he have a full editorial from Guardian, Sabga News newspaper. Well, none of that. I will call Rowley the laziest son of a bitch this country has ever seen. No editorial for Rowley. While 4 pariah divers dying in Paria, dying in our pipeline. No editorial about how Rowley and Stuart Young and Piper and all of them fall asleep on the job. No editorial for Rowley, who watch Ashanti Riley, Simeon Daniel, Antonia Francois, murdered, sodomized. No editorial for that. And you had the audacity to put in an editorial talking about a quote from Ken Valley. Ken Valley, that PNM stalwart who sodomized and kill Chambers. But Guardian, you have no shame. Where Matt? Where you Iwer Matur, you big hypocrite? Where you to talk about how they always, East Indian can raise a voice in Trinidad and Tobago and everybody hitting them. But the same can apply to other people in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, I go defend them. And who vex, lost. So if I want to say Rowley is the laziest son of a bitch, if I want to say Fitzgerald Hines is the most stink-mouth, dirty, abysmal failure of a minister, come and give me an editorial now. But you know that ain't happening. And let me tell you something more. Some of the East Indians look for that. Because always look for validation from Port of Spain. So if Port of Spain say, PNM and UNC is the same, you're afraid to say no. UNC do much more for this country that in 5 years that they ever do this PNM in 50-something years. Only afraid to say that Kamala Prasad-Bisasa is the best prime minister this country ever see. Only afraid to say that this country suffer in this 7 years of PNM more than plenty African countries suffering now. Only afraid to say that. Yeah, that's why Roger and them could do what they're doing now. Drag mannequin and Kamala all over Trinidad and Tobago. They ain't drag one Rowley yet. What they do, they kneel long and pray. Only is one big set of hypocrites here, especially down here in the West. One set, and all the East Indians looking, and UNC people too, looking for validation from tongue. But fire burn all here. Who don't want people to assert themselves? Me, I talking about Tobago. I talking about tongue. I talking about anywhere, because I is a Trinbagonian. And everybody, whether they're Syrian, Lebanese, Indian, Orisha, anything, they have a right to talk about anything in Trinidad and Tobago. Without the Guardian feeling that they can attack and tell Padarat, watch your mouth. You only can tell Padarat, watch your mouth. But who's all about Guardian? Why don't you find out how some in that Syrian community come from middle class to billionaires in 2 decades without inventing a damn thing. Boy, fire burn all your guardian. Fire burn all you. And check out the Scott drug report and see who names inside there. Now all you controlling media. Boy. Anyway, time longer than twine. The only wounds that I will bear is from the fights that I went into.
Well, I tell you, some of them are plenty to tell God, you know. Plenty to tell God. And you see Ken Valley's family, I think it's time that they start to put some people before the court for their mouth. Because they're getting blatant and bold-faced with their accusations. Imagine my tax-paying dollars paying this crackhead, you know, looking like he high on something, you know. There's a senator in my country talking so, you know, foul-mouthed, nasty, disrespectful, dirty, and stink. But they go send me a letter because I can't say stink on the radio. But Senator Naked could get on social media and say the worst about leaders in this country. Only a normal in this place. I used to respect this man as a footballer, you know. I used to respect this man as a footballer until he take a bite of that apple. The same apple that made Volney fall from grace. The same apple he bite. And up to now, he can't catch himself. He don't look right. He don't song right. He don't operate right. Something going on with that man. Watch he face good. I'll leave him up on the screen. I am leaving him up on the screen for you to draw your own opinion on what's going on here. Look at your condition. You look old. You look sad. You look tired. That's what I wanted to say. You look old and you look tired. You look miserable. You look like you don't sleep comfortable when the night come. Every time you shows up on my feed on social media is something out of timing or disrespectful you had to say to be validated that you are a big UNC. You are known now, no longer as a national hero, you know, but as a stink-mouth politician. That you just want to cuss when you see at the side of the road and hawk and spit when you see them passing. This is what you come to? This is what you would be remembered for? And then all they don't want me to talk about legacy and the legacy some of these politicians leave behind. You throw a whole football legacy down the drain to be known as a stink-mouth senator every time you on social media. It's sad. But I will end it the same way I started. Some of all, you have plenty to tell God when all you see him. Plenty. I hope he could have mercy on some of you. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. Number to call 342-0081. That's 342-0081. 771-1791. 466-5391. You're live.
Hi, Aisha. You hear me?
Loud and clear.
He just indicated link Ken Gordon to Akil Chambers.
Actually, it wasn't Ken Gordon. In fact, it was Ken Valley.
Ken Valley?
Yes.
Oh, your family, your real money to pay, right? Very nice. Okay, have a nice day. I was just making sure.
Thank you so much. Call you live.
Aisha, good afternoon.
You again?
Wow, David Nackett. Wow, David Nackett. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that I had to say we papa for that. Because but Aisha was they never arrested the person who indulged themselves in that crime with Akil Chambers at all. They never find out about that. And what about if these people don't have evidence and facts to be coming on social media?
Well, if he has evidence and facts as a senator, he should know where to take it. take his evidence and facts to the police.
Well, we go know whether we go see if anybody suing him or any kind of thing. But otherwise, if somebody revealing the fact, would you be one that will try to hide up the facts, sir?
I don't have any information. What Stinkmouth is saying is the facts. I don't have proof of that.
Remember when this guy was first started to fight election, Aisha Welsh? This guy helped about 14 African people in the constituency in renovating and building the house and thing, you know. I never seen none of that with them PNM ministers and them, you know.
So because he helped 14 of his constituents... 1 minute, Kunji. So because he helped 14 of his constituents while campaigning, it means he could come on social media and disrespect our leaders. Do you know what is one of the lines is our national pledge? I would respect my leaders, my elders, and those in authority. Are you tolerating what this dirty mouth senator is doing?
You classify those people and them that he talking about, you classify them as leaders, as a young, ambitious journalist. You classify them as leaders?
G.I. Gone. You're not going to put me down that road today. I will not go down that road with you. And Kunji, don't call me back. Don't call me back. I beg you. Thanks. Thanks, Kunji. I've had enough of you for one day. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon to you, Aisha Wells.
Is a tag team with you and Kunji or what?
And good afternoon to our brother, COP, as you others call him Kunji, a brother of the soul, a brother of Trinidad and Tobago, who never leave this country, who stay here and give his blood and his sweat to build this great country. Because we believe that we're not going into our next man's country to build a next man's country, but we believe in building our great Trinidad and Tobago. Aisha, let me say we, Papa. Aisha, I stand firm with Senator David Nackett.
Your mouth just as dirty as he owned Iwer.
I stand firm with Barry Padarat.
Your mouth just as dirty as he owned too, Iwer.
Aisha, why will be calling people stick mouth on the radio?
Calling them dirty. Nah, look, don't make me start, you know. Don't make me start. I could go home and sleep, you know.
Sister Janine, listening. PNM, Jermaine, listening. If Kingsley
so
calling,
they could get on social media as senators and say the worst about people. But I can't play what they say here, repeat what they say here, because Tad goes send a letter for me. Well, let me give you all some news. From next week, I going on vacation. Let them send it. I ain't gonna be here.
So how they send a letter on the ground report? That's repeating what Rowley say with finger in bottom. And
Kingsley, I am cautioning your dirty mouth by me this afternoon. I will cut you to hell off.
But I said you more dirty. You calling people the most dirty names on your program this afternoon here.
I am repeating what the senator said.
But I am repeating what you say on your program. I'm not doing nothing different than what you said. You in the front, use the talk shows on the program. And if you encouraging people to call people nasty mouth and stink mouth, and really that Dr. Roddy more stinker than anybody else. And you see mommy mouth like the labason.
Kingsley, I am not doing this with you this afternoon. I'm very sorry. I am very sorry. I'm not doing that with you this afternoon. And don't call me back either. So today, I have put you and Kunji on pause. I'm not speaking to all you for the rest of the day. I am sick and tired of the dirty, filthy, upsetting things that comes out of the UNC camp. And it's supposed to bypass it. Because what? The UNC have a ban of lawyers that go write, or a ban of fanatics that go call that. Let them call them. I'm going home from next week. Let me tell my supporters that in advance. I need a vacation. I need a rest. I need a break. From all who like to send me letters, let them send it when I'm not here. I'm out. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Yeah, I taking a break. But this here has to be condemned. And I'll be the first one to do it. There we go. Caller, you live?
Yes, good evening to you, Miss Aisha Wells.
Hi,
yes.
Good evening.
Now, I hear the caller saying that how the minister helped 14 members of the constituency. 14. That is joke. Aisha, who brought maxi taxis to this country that's still running today, right? Employing PNM, UNC, COP. The PNM brought maxi taxis to Trinidad and Tobago, and that lived on for generations. It's still living on. So the PNM just think about the future. So what if you build 14 people?
Thank you so much. We're going to go for a break. We're pausing for a cause. We'll be right back. When we come back, we enter the last half of all the program. What do you feel? Because all you can write and send me a letter. I go sit down. Look, not me, you know. Not me. I tell all the day I can't talk here. I will go in Woodford Square and talk. And I'll be more brutal in Woodford Square than I am on radio. So play with me.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Want to furnish your home in style? Stylus Furniture makes this possible. Shop using our affordable layaway options to purchase any of our modern sectionals, dining, living room, or bedroom sets, and receive a dinner voucher for 2 at Ateliers Restaurant and Lounge. For further information, contact us at 652-2542, 652-2688, and 790-1202. You can also visit any of our branches located at 101 Crackness Village, Princestown, and 51 Rushwood Street in San Fernando. Stylus Furniture, for the style in you.
Calling all social media influencers, carnival babies, and boat ride lovers. Get ready for TikTok on the sea. On board the Embassy Yacht Carnival Saturday, 18th February 2023. Boarding 3 p.m. at the Hyatt Waterfront in Port of Spain. Sailing 4 to 7 p.m. Tickets cost TT $200. Includes free shots and cutters on entry. Plus, giveaways from Fab Look Beauty Bar 868 and $1,000 in cash. Courtesy World of Things online retail store. Performances by Bubbles and Yankee Boy, alongside DJs Princess Chow, Nigel Snipes, Razor, and more. Tickets available online at islandetickets.com. Bobby's Bar Curep, Sheds 868-461-4159. Cross 346-380-9679. TikTok on the Sea is hosted by Lady Hype and powered by Campari, Magnum, the World of Things online retail store, and Cross Promotions. Miss this? Your mad is niceness outside.
This Christmas, let your bucket overflow with a festive feast from KFC.
A festive feast, this Christmas at KFC. A festive feast, fill your belly till you're merry. 9 piece of chicken, fine regular size, for $1.45. KFC so nice, KFC festive feast is the way to go. This Christmas KFC make your bucket overflow.
Get a festive feast bucket with 9 pieces of chicken and 5 regular sides for $145, only from KFC.
Scotiabank Magna MasterCard is back with its special Christmas giveaway. Just swipe for more rewards. Every time you swipe your card, get instantly entered for a chance to win 1,500 points on your Scotiabank Magna MasterCard. Get more this Christmas. More points, more rewards, more money. Swipe for more rewards today with your Scotiabank Magna MasterCard. Promotion runs until January 15th, 2023. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Visit MagnaRewards.com for more details. Approved by the NLCB.
91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes! 91 Days of Christmas. It's karaoke, prizes to be won, giveaways. It's the 91 Days of Christmas on the Street. 919 FM.
I could sing a good serenade. Oh, it's Christmas.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless, non-invasive, and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031, or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845, 349-5178, or 342-7303.
Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Friday afternoon from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the street 919 FM every Friday from 5:05 p.m. Tune in and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the street 919 FM this and every Friday from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. It's time that you live.
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, so line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute God Amari, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, we're back and we're in the last and final hour. Let's take a few more calls. Caller, you live?
Yes, I sure will. Try to come back in. Because here now, I listened to that senator there. And these people are making no sense. Down to 14-year-old children. We tell them they're not making sense. What that man said there about Kamala, and Kamala do more than the PNM do in 40 years. She do more in 5 years. Yes, there's things she do more than PNM in 5 years. Hundreds of millions of dollars she can answer for. It never happened on a PNM. You understand? And these people is so senseless. They're following them, you know. Give them a few dollars and they're walking up and down with them. Because how could it say, Dr. William, educate them? All of them who talking here is under the PNM they get education. All of them. Come and give them nothing. Nothing. I could tell them come and give them nothing. You understand? And they bad talking PNM. Ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft. And if people walk over you and you're ungrateful, you're unthankful. They can't see their way. Since how long them talking for Kamala and they can't get back in power? How long now? Because they're ungrateful, it's worse than witchcraft. Have a blessed evening, my sister.
Thank you so much, my brother. Caller, you live?
Hey, Aisha, good evening. Great show.
Hi, honey. Thank you.
Couple of things. Listen, you need to start limiting these clowns, you know. One call for evening and shut them off if they call back again. Because, yeah, the biggest thing you could learn in life is when you fight with a pig, they will drag it on in the mud and they will love it. These guys make no sense. They have no contribution. They say the same rubbish over and over again. Your program is going great. You're attracting a lot of new listeners. Time to get rid of these clowns. Good evening.
Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. Caller, you live. Caller, you there? Yes.
The next little girl, I want her number because I get on to Mama G. I spoke to her, and you know she know Pele very good. Yeah, that's how we going.
I don't have a number for the other little girl, but I can probably let you leave it at the station here and let them collect it from here.
Yeah, the little 9-year-old. I have a gift.
Right, but I don't have a number for them.
You don't have no number
You
for
can
her?
let them just collect it at the station. I wrote down her name on the list downstairs, so we would know who it is. Let the parents just come and collect it.
All right then. Okay.
Thank you so much. And I want Food Card say to wish you a Merry Christmas. God bless you and thank you for the gift for his daughter.
Not me, Anita. And you know, it madam know Pele very good, you know. Yes, she asked me how we going. She said she know Pele very good. She said, Uncle Pele, I know him very good.
Very nice.
Yes. So I talked to her.
Okay, well, I'm glad you got through.
Yeah, I got
all the
her.
best. Thank you,
Right,
Gemma.
okay, thank
Caller,
you
you
very
live.
Thanks.
Aisha Welch.
Mommy, what's going on with your friend from Tuna Puna?
Aisha Welch, if that gentleman know me and ever see my face, he will wonder if this is the person. Yet I'm telling you about Aisha Welch. That gentleman who call and say, what you say, my mouth like the labas? Yes, my mouth like the labas, but my face not like the labas. My face say hard, I ugly. Let Aisha tell you who I am. You know it's nothing about me, brother man. I'm a damn good looking woman. Let Aisha tell you that. You hear me? No part of me, your face hard. Aisha, what you do this afternoon? I'm glad because this gentleman, the twat, overdoing it. You hear what I'm telling you about? You talking constructive talk. And that's what he does every afternoon. You hear what I'm telling you about? And all is on Dr. Rowley back. Dr. Rowley back. Kingsley, let me tell you something. It's time you move on in life. Yeah? You see them set of tight pants in this way, best you put your ugly face in it. Aisha, reach home, say, darling, have a good one.
Thank you, Mommy. Caller, you live.
Hi, sister.
My dear brother. Well, you've heard the senator.
Well, I mean even listen to you. Because this morning, there was a poll. Because yesterday, I called you and I asked you a question. But after hearing him on Monday, I asked if the gentleman, and I told them on Monday, what he said was very disrespectful. Now, Guardian is in charge of that station, and I wanted to understand something. Guardian bought out a particular radio station. So, on a morning, these fellas have the radio until evening, more or less. But there's one particular gentleman or two between 6 to 12. So I said to them, I say, no, Naked is very disrespectful. I mean, big boy, Padarat is very disrespectful. So does Padarat have a call by calling the Prime Minister that? But then he reached down to the Prime Minister playing golf. So I asked the question, does Padarat have a problem with men playing sports, or does he have a problem with sports that has to do with balls? And I leave it there.
Interesting indeed. Thank you so much.
Yes, now, hold on. This morning, the poll on that radio station is, do you agree with what Padarat said? The host turned around, everybody agreed. Padarat 100% vote. What Padarat said, he ain't need no apology. So the Guardian is asking for apology. So the host of the program said, yeah, what's going on? I feel disappointed that all these people and all they're saying that Dr. Rowley does say this and this one does say that, but all they're agreeing with this. So two right can't make no wrong. So why I think he come out here now? If you understand what I'm telling you, the party is imploding. They don't have the support of the Guardian or the people who is sponsored anymore. If the hosts have that, the main supporter, just like how you is or mother is a PNM activist, the main activist at the UNC has a different view based on what Padarat says. You understand what is taking place there now?
I understand. They're breaking up. Some for, some against.
Right. So Naked now comes out because everybody's trying to become an Annie Roberts. So he come out saying what Annie Roberts just say. Have you ever heard anybody ask for Annie Roberts to apologize compared to asking for him to apologize?
Understood.
They use we kind to say things against. Once we saying it, it's fine. Once they start to say it, it makes the party look bad. So there's an implosion now because everybody wants to be Annie Roberts to keep the leaders, how to put it, they want to make this, the 7 years open to the girl pension. But she's changing them rapidly because if you're not supporting her, you're gone. Enjoy your evening. Be safe on your way home.
Thank you so much, my brother. All the best to you. Caller, you live.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, darling.
Yeah. If the PNM didn't create the foundation here, right? How people are getting the foundation like the point research estate and the intention fellows who talking never visit the point research estate. If the PNM didn't create the LNG, right? The Paria heritage that making money, that subsidizing gas, light, water, healthcare, education, housing, everything done here, every foundation done here. So I pay them people in the getting pension, social services, nothing. The PNM create everything here. Yeah, what the other group create? Crime, drugs, corruption. They are known fucking Trinidad and Tobago. Who is the people that sell car parts in Trinidad and Tobago? When you want a radiator, a battery, one ethnic group. So when a man kill a man for a car, throw him over a cliff, shoot a man for a car, we just go and sell it. Tell me, we just go and sell it.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. 12 minutes after 6, we're taking your calls. My voice notes are not loading. You're going to have to call me. Caller, you're live. You're live.
Hello, Mr. Aisha.
Hey, how you doing, Mount St. George?
Good. You catch me? Now putting some food in my mouth, man. Mr. Aisha, where these two idiots just come from in the evening to just get on the program? Kunji and Kingsley. Kingsley, boy, leave Dr. Rowley alone now. Tell her Dr. Rowley is not a dependent, you know. When Dr. Rowley leave his job as the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago and come home to Tobago or wherever he want to go, you don't have to beg nobody for anything, you know. You are an idiot from wherever you're from. Only on Dr. Rowley back. And this Kunji, I tell you, change the C and the G, you know. Change the K and the C and the G and put C and T. Kunji, only leave the station alone and come and talk sense. And Mr. Racket, you shouldn't talk because Dr. Rowley have nothing to do with the men who went down in Paria. He has nothing to do with that. He is not running Paria. He's the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. He has nothing to do with Paria. He's not a contractor. He ain't nothing. You understand? So leave Dr. Rowley out of that. All you all on Dr. Rowley back, but you continue to be a Prime Minister until the Lord say no. Or you could say what all you want. And you, Racket, and Kamla, and Kunji, and leave it there, and all of them, and Tabakid, none of you going to see all the party, the UNC, back in governance for the next 100 years if the Lord tarry. You, all look, just give people a chance, eh? I'm fed up with you all and all the rubbish every evening.
Thank you, Mount St. George. All the best. Be safe and enjoy your meal. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. I am not seeing these voice notes loading. Let me see if I could get some of them to load. Oh, God. Trying to load these voice notes sometimes is like watching paint dry. Eh? It's that bad. Nope. Okay, I got one.
Good afternoon, Aisha. Tobago in your house. Well, Aisha, you cracked me up here. Aisha, where you said the man look old? He look pulled up. But Aisha, he was old. He was older, like banga seed. Aisha, you correct me. Aisha, that is how all of them are. Watch Kamala Bisessa, Woody Munilali, Smoothie, Pararat, all that.
I'll come back to your voice note. Somebody calling. Caller, you live. Talk to me on the phone, caller. I'll come back to your voice note. Somebody calling. Caller, you live.
Yes, good afternoon. Are you sure?
Good afternoon. Talk to me on the phone, caller.
I'm on the phone. Are you hearing me?
You're listening to the feedback in the background and you're not talking to me via the phone. So I am hearing you, but you're hearing an echo.
Yes, I am. Okay, are you hearing me now?
Loud and clear. Make your contribution. Talking to me via the phone. I am hearing you, but you're hearing me.
Okay, so could I speak then?
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay, wasn't it the same PNM that got knocked out of Lebanon when he was in problems over there? You need to ask him that question the next time. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. I keep hearing people talking about something with Lebanon. I'm not too familiar with it.
Now Watson Duke. Now you watch Flip Flop Fali, until Roger Lambert. All of them look the same. All of them who associated themselves with the UNC. That is how they look. All and run down, stress out. Like the car sleep when the night time come. Now sleep with one eye open and one eye closed. Aisha, you ain't watch Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley? How young, youthful and vibrant the man looking? Watch at Faris Alwari, all of them, man. Hines, all of them looking. This is a youthful, vibrant organization you call PNM. Just like when you try to kill the ballers, you either shoot her back young and fruitful. Well, the rising sun, the sun ain't coming out. These days, the sun like a killer. So Aisha girl, condolences to his family. Aisha, he used to tag in my comments when I used to be commenting, hitting Madame Sukunya for 6 according to Eric, and he always have something to say about PNM. I wonder what he's saying now. They might be same as the PNM give him the heart attack too. Aisha girl, I looked on and listening, girl. You crack me up here. Aisha said the man old.
Caller, you live.
Mr. Bego, yes, talking the truth. All those PNM leaders looking very nice, young and vibrant. Master Ned, you're speaking the truth. One thing he said today, I'm telling you, look at Dr. Rowley, how nice he looking. Mr. Hine, Mr. Awari, all them gentlemen looking top of the line. Okay? It's talking the truth, my darling. Okay, right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The lines are open. We continue to take your calls. Get in. We're in the last and final hour. Yeah, somebody telling me something about some bacchanal here with Lebanon. I don't know. I don't remember it. Keep me posted. I know that I used to follow this man when he had a career in football. And this is what he threw away his football career for. To be a nuisance on social media. Every time you see him, you just troops. Caller, you live.
Hey, boy, the African Queen, boy. Good evening, Miss Wells.
How you doing, darling?
I'm fine. I don't know if I should call you Miss or Mrs. I'm not too sure if where that's going yet, but you know, Miss Wells, Tobago, you and Shomari spend how much days and weeks begging these people, warning them of the chaos that will ensue. Shamari even almost get a nervous breakdown or something like that, telling these people, don't do it. Dr. Rowley, he even say I wouldn't forgive Oli for you do it. Pastor Google, Darian, Marcel, I could call everybody name, Alien Man, Mr. Peter. Everybody beg these people. They said this particular type of chaos will ensue. And they voted for it. And why I'm saying that, Miss Wells, is because I don't want no election to be called. I'll tell you why. Tobago needs to develop its own, how I should put it, political wisdom. And they looked across the seas while being buffered by the administration of a man called Orville London. And they thought to themselves that couldn't reach across the sea between 2010 and 2015, I'm referring to. They thought it couldn't swim across and reach to Tobago, but it actually did. It went across in the millions of dollars in equipment, in marketing, in TV ads. It went across. It found its way there. And now they are paying the ultimate price. And I have no fear of contradiction when I say this. It will only get worse. And I want those 4 years to be served out just the same way that we were treated to 5 years, 3 months and 14 days. Because if you don't look and learn, then you will have to feel and learn. Thank you very much, Ms. West. You have a good evening and get home safe.
Thank you so much. The lines are open. We are taking your calls.
Good afternoon, Aisha. You playing KFC voice note? They must look nice. And the suffering the people along the Bronx there, crime left, right, and center, more beggars on the street, flooded all over. But David Nackes is right, and Barry Pratt is right. We further put evil, wicked people in the government that to go.
Papa, this from the man who looking for toys for your child for Christmas. I'll take it with a grain of salt. I just glad baby Gil getting she toy. I go drink water and mind my business on that one. Caller, you live.
Hello, good evening, Aisha.
Hi, good evening.
Well, I don't listen all the time, but I would like to play one Disney and I will call back and talk plenty more next time. It had a saying, bye-bye, camera, bye-bye, before you go. Thank you very much. Good evening. Be home safe.
Thank you so much, my love. I will go looking for it. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. Feel free to get in.
This is not a fetting here. This is madness. Everybody mad.
Caller, you live.
Good evening.
Hi.
I'm calling just on behalf of that caller just now. Team Unity with Rambi Florence Maraj. He said that vegans have rights and you're protecting them on the street. When PNM was taking them off the street, he had his lawyers and them say that they are going to stand at the right for the beggars on the street. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Caller, you live.
Yes, Miss Aisha, me again. That Lebanon thing is that he went over there with some football bacchanal and he started giving the people and them trouble in the country and they had to deport him and he lucky and he had to thank Mr. Jack Austin Warner because Jack was the vice president at FIFA at the time. The bacchanal didn't come out yet. And it's Jack and Mr. Manning and them get him to come back home here. Rather than chop out the head in Lebanon. That's stupidity. Not it. Boy, look. Why you go from here? That is the whole bacchanal. You could find it out from somebody good. That is what it was, a big bacchanal. And poor Uncle Jack had to maybe ride the Lebanon people, the government, and whatever, and they try and get him back home here. Right, and that is the reason why the people telling you about the Lebanon bacchanal. You might not have, you might not have remember that. It's a long time now.
Okay, I didn't know. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, Miss Aisha.
All the best. It's
Good.
easy.
Have a good evening.
You too, darling.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy at all. How quickly they forget. How quickly they forget when people really look out for them. Father Lord, Let's get ready to shut down today's show. Caller, you live.
Hi, good evening, Aisha. Good evening to all listeners.
Welcome, brother.
Colleague from Barrett area. I've grown so accustomed to African people who would sell their soul for the sake of, a couple of dollars or a political position. It's not different in Trinidad. If you look at in the States with Candace Owens and all these people, there's nothing wrong in who you marry. But I always tell people, maintain your blackness and your heritage. That's what every other race do. Every other race, they do that. Except us, We have to be the loudest for the other group. We have to show where we are trying to be another race. So the likes of Kingsley and Naked and all these people, they won't change, It will always have people like that. My thing is, it doesn't have impact on other, African people, other right-thinking people, to make any big change in the results in the election. Aisha, you look at it, they have been trying. They had a radio station where you had a man barking like a dog, I think sometimes you engage him from time to time. They had another one, I think Philip Alexander. I told him one morning that he was overlearned. So I am not perturbed about people like Kingsley and them. Because, listen, one day they would come like a chameleon. I ain't get no food, I come by your house, I'm a PNM. And the next day, they call you and they say, hey, we have food. PNM is the worst thing. Those are the people you need to keep away from. Anybody who can take money to decide on your political position and not people you want to be around. I shall have a safe evening. And don't bother with these people. They are worse than the housing group. Take it easy.
Thank you, brother. Caller, you live.
Yes, I shall. Good evening.
Hey, how you doing, Mano?
I think that listening we're going on there. When Naked was in jail, more than run so much. The thing we talk about the government and football and all kind of things is done with part. They lock him up down there, And his father and all was saying, leave him down there, talk too much and talk too much stupidness. So that Mr. Jack wanna do some kind of magic and get him out because of the football business. But he should have been still down in Lebanon making jail. It wasn't for Jack Warner. He had to go and stop Jack Warner big toe.
Thank you for sharing. Caller, you live.
Hello, hi, good evening, Aisha.
Hi, good afternoon.
After the program, or if you have a time, could you give me a call? I have an issue. I wanted to find out if you may be able to help in a way.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
The lines are open. We continue to take your calls. Feel free to get in. I have a break to take in about 2 minutes or so. When we come back, we're in the last few minutes of the show. The week is flying extremely fast. Today is Wednesday already. Before we turn around tomorrow is Thursday, Friday. Remember, I tell all I'm going on vacation from next week. I need to take a break. Yeah? I need it. Yes, so everybody give me the scoops here about the Lebanon Bacchanal. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
I guess if Dr. Mohammed is listening this program, and based what I'm hearing about our goodly senator, that African brother from Lebanon, he will never like what he's hearing. You see, I tell you, we cannot have one rule for the UNC callers and one rule for the PNM callers. I was sitting in the pavilion all the time, and after I make my contribution, I realized even though it's about God, they could call and criticize it. I've been hearing callers calling me after Kingsley, COP, and everybody else, and they're saying some nasty things. And I'm saying what good for the goose, good for the gander. You see, sometimes slow to speak and quick to listen. And that brother, indeed, is the only African Muslim in the parliament. Because he's African in UNC? No, I will have none of it. Senator David Nake is a fine, distinguished gentleman. And I'm saying, we're talking so much about black. So tell me, it's only if you're PNM and black, then you'll be accepted in Trinidad?
We had 30 seconds. Call me back after the break, Tabakit, because I want to continue this conversation with you directly after the break.
Yes.
Tabakit, all your different. Distinguished, That dirty mouth. Look, after the break. After the break.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Here at Land Capital Certificates, we provide opportunities for your money to make money. We all know saving is important, but saving alone won't get you to your financial goals. And let's face it, the bank doesn't have your best interest in mind. So this is your wake-up call. Do you have $1 million saved? Then contact us today. Spots Limited. Call 324-LENN. That's 324-LENN.
91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes, 91 days of Christmas. It's karaoke, prizes to be won, giveaways. It's the 91 days of Christmas on the Street. 919 FM.
I could sing a good serenade. Oh, it's Christmas.
This is the voice of Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
You hear that 91.9 giving out 91 gifts to 91 children? Girl, where you hear that from? Mommy, everybody talking about it. Look, don't confuse me. Mommy, it's simple. All you have to do is keep your radio locked on the Street 91.9. And when they say call in, just lend me a phone. Lend you so I can get Christmas gift. What trouble is this? I hope you know your schoolwork, like how you know all of this.
That's simple. Join us as we celebrate 91 days of Christmas. Join us as we celebrate 91 days with 91 gifts this Christmas. It's simple.
And when they say call in, just lend me a phone so I can get Christmas gift.
91 days of Christmas. Keep it locked on the Street 919 FM.
Oh God, Mommy, I just want to be part of the 91 days. I promise I'll be good. I promise I'll do good at my schoolwork.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, we're back. You're live.
Well, Madam Journalist and Counselor, when you called Tabakit, I got to respond to you. So let's go there. You see, I'll tell you, you can't be half pregnant. And to the end of the day, I want any one of the PNM, let me call them properly, no Marabonta. So let me say the PNM activists. Any one of them have black and white evidence about Senator Nakit and Lebanon, let them bring it. Other than that, if they can't bring it, I go and call Nakit to throw lawsuit left, right, and center. This has to stop about our black brothers in the United National Congress.
So do you think, Tabakit, 1 minute, there was a reason I asked you to call back.
Yes,
do you think it is fair for that man to be behaving in the manner in which he did, referring to another black man, the Prime Minister of the country, Dr. Keith Rowley, and calling him this derogatory son of a beep name? Do you think that was fair and not disrespectful?
Let's do this. You know my stand. If something is wrong, it is wrong. So if the brother would have a bit and he said so, it is wrong.
A bit, Tabakit, he said it unrelentingly, Tabakit.
Oh God, well, don't put your hand in my mouth. Let me breathe a little bit now. Thank you very much, journalist. So hear what I'm saying to you. I like to be fair. So if the brother would have and he said so, okay. But the bashing permit me to go there now. So let's say I, Papa Tabakit, UNC as UNC activist, a KV. So, all right. So the mob and the ministers and the prime minister, because all of them are PNM, they are activists in a bigger way. They are just prime minister and minister, but they are PNM activists to the end of the day. So let us be respectful here. So I am saying the only how right now in Trinidad and Tobago, let me slow it down. So the only how in Trinidad and Tobago you will be respected as an African if you join the PNM and you cost Kamla, you cost Munidad, you cost Jolene John, you cost Nakit.
Where did you get that from? I am trying to figure that out.
Because the mob and the Marabonta singing a hymn here.
The only reason why people is coming at David Nakit is his behavior is repulsive, Tabakit.
But then again, we do not have to denigrate him as an African brother. He's still
he is dedicated. I'm talking stupidness. He is degrading our prime minister, our African brother.
So let me ask.
Imagine he said the worst about dead Ken Valley. You was just the person who said you do not ill speak the dead. Have you forgotten this, Tabakit?
And I am saying, sister, bear with me now. Hear me well. I am saying too wrong will not spell right in my book. So I'm saying if so wrong, we move on, we slap him on the wrist.
We moving on. Listen. We moving on when David Nakit talk about dead Ken Valley, but we cannot move on when people come here to talk about how they feel about Volney. Tabakit, you have any biblical verses for hypocrites? I would like you to recite it now.
Well, hold on. It talks about the scribes and Pharisees. And the scribes and Pharisees, they were sitting there in the synagogue, but their mind was somewhere else. Yeah, and that was a high parable in the time of the Christ. The scribes and Pharisees, they talk about it. But I do not want to run off with the word of God to create blasphemy. Because anything against the Holy Ghost is blasphemy. Mount St. George, good evening. And let me say this before I come up. I am saying we must pay respect to our African brothers and sisters in the UNC, Jolene John, from David Nakit to whoever it be. And anytime in this country, you have to be black and PNM and you can't speak out. Tabakit is saying, let me put the PNM on notice. All your internal election is over. And no amount of distraction about Nakit and this is Volney. We coming to jam on you with real issues. Before you go, let me whisper in your ears. I want to ask the Minister of Works and Transportation where the scanners and the port Before the committee, there is not a scanner. Hey, look, all your internal election done. We want well. So Aisha, you was asking all the time, why the guns and drugs coming in to go to the black boy community? Well, I want you to ask the Minister of Roads and Transport. I want to ask the Honorable Prime Minister why there is no scanners and containers, because we are really sure. Forget about NACED. Forget about Volney. Let us deal why the guns is coming in. Because hear me, you had government ministers when they had the committee, and even the government minister in the Joint Select Committee was fuming mad. So the question I beg now, real issue, forget David Nackett. Where is the scanners, Dr. Rowley? And if you want to save young black boy, all those corrupt businessmen, together with the people and the port custom officers, there is no scanners, nothing to see guns and drugs coming in this country. That's what I want the Mayabontes to talk about, how the guns coming in via the port legally. No scanners. Hey, Dr. Rowley, put some scanners. Tabakit out and off.
So since you want to be tricky, Tabakit, I'm going to address you. Since you want to be deceitful, Tabakit, I'm going to address you. We started this program with a eulogy from you, Tabakit, talking about deceitfulness and people judging people, and judging is for God. And you went on and on about ill speaking the dead. And you had your say. One of your very own, Tabakit, stood up this evening and ill speak a dead man, Ken Valley, by calling him a nasty, derogatory name, say the worst things about the man. And you telling we here today, two wrongs don't make a right. Let me forget it and change the conversation all entirely. Tabakit, all you have plenty to tell God, you know. All you have plenty to say. So it is disrespectful and distasteful when people talk about the behavior of some of the African activists in the UNC. Let them say what they want to say about people because they are African. Is that what you want us to assume and believe? What example are they setting for African people by behaving in the manner they're behaving within the party? They lack class, and they're not realizing is they only use them to behave in that manner, Tabakit. Tabakit, you have to catch yourself. You have to wake up and catch yourself. You're somebody I like. But I cannot take the hypocritical way that you have, Tabakit. And you think you could just throw off the conversation when you're done by talking about scanners on the port. I want to let you know I saw a newspaper article today that the scanners on the port have been repaired and they are working at Tabakit. So let them give you another script to flip. I realize I put off Kingsley and Kunji and they send you in to run in. But you ain't ready yet, Tabakit. You ain't ready yet. Caller, you live?
Hi, good afternoon, Miss Wells.
Hey, Sister Jenny, welcome.
Okay, darling. Just to the edification on the gentleman who was very hysterical just now. When if you go to look at the Jamaica's cleaner, it was 1997, the 4th, the 26th of the 4th month. Amongst other things it would have said. Naked voted Caribbean Footballer of the Year for the past 2 seasons. He returned to Trinidad and Tobago 1 week after being released from a Lebanon jail. He was charged by the Lebanon authorities for embezzlement. Yeah? And because of whatever Mr. Warner would have done back in the day, those charges were dropped so that he was able to leave. But however, his professional contract with a top Lebanese team in Lebanon was terminated. So he did make jail years in Lebanon, and because of Mr. Jack Warner, what they did, cut him out of there by the skin of his teeth. So if Naked want to, as the hysterical gentleman say, bring lawsuit against other people, let him bring it against the Jamaica's cleaner. Bring it against the Lebanese authority. Bring it again what is printed in black and white, and I'm sure he will not be able to. He did spend some time in Lebanese jail. Because his mouth again, he gets himself in a lot of issues. But it was for embezzlement he was charged for. So let the hysterical one just calm down, drink some water, and return again now. It will be so appreciated. Bye.
Thank you, Sister Jenny. Thank you so much. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon. Good evening, Miss Wells.
Hi.
Miss Wells, when you have a person who calls the two top leaders in your country, two top African leaders especially, insipid jackasses on more than one occasion, and you want to have respect for that person, you have to be mad. When you have a person who was, according to the last caller, was gotten out of jail in Lebanon, not only by Jack Warner, but the then Prime Minister, but the late Patrick Manning, to save his skin, because he would have still been there. And you want people to have respect for him, because he has absolutely no respect for the leaders of this country, who are of African descent. That when you call their names, you have absolutely no respect for them. You have to be a mad person. But we understand, as I've always said from day one, Tabakit is on his own agenda. And we all know where Tabakit come from. And we all know where he is going. And that ain't going to change. And by changing your direction of thought with respect to the scanners, right? Nothing can change the fact that over 23,000 scanners passed through this country between January of this year and August, and only 4,000 were scanned. And at over, that was 17%, and over 80-something% were not scanned. And we have guns coming through that same port and killing African people and Tabakit, and they have absolutely nothing to say. When those young men are killed, when those young men who are not given a chance, but you want to talk about African people, don't give me that BS. Tabakit, and they don't care about African people. They don't, and they never will. They can speak all they want. They do not, and they never will. Because I have not seen anybody go to talk to the lady who was saved from the shooting at down in La Romaine with respect to the killing of those two security officers, and the lady, Miss Batiste, who survived. I have not heard one person from the UNC go to say, how are you? How are you feeling? Can we help? Including Tabakit. So don't give me that BS from Tabakit. They don't care. If she had died, they will not care. They don't, and they never will. I thank you very much. Have a good evening. Get home safe.
Thank you so much. We're getting ready to shut down today's show. I just have room for a few more calls after this.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
And it's not my view as well, just to let you know. Caller, you live.
I want to continue to help Tabakit. Tabakit, you have to remember, when the scanners are here, your goodly friendly unions told their workers do not go because they will get cancer and all that kind of thing. So it was there for a whole 9 months without being used because your union friends and them say do not operate it because it's not OSHA compliant. So if you want to go there, we could go there.
Caller, you live.
A blessed afternoon, Mr. Wells.
Good afternoon.
I mean evening. Sorry. What I want to say is that it's all well and good for people to denigrate, embarrass, say all kind of adjectives of ill to the Prime Minister and the President. And then people come in and tell me I must have pity for them. Were they saying towards my Prime Minister and my President, I must pity them? If I meet Naked in the road, I call him just as you was showing you. I tell him just as we telling people. You understand what I'm showing you? Big and hard in the road. I want to know how he go feel. He go laugh at it. But inside, it will hurt him like that. Mr. Isha, well, respect due to every man and woman, child, even dog, animals and all, respect you all the time. Because it's certain that all of us sniffing the same breath of life. And why disrespect one another? But this I want to say in all the talk, condolences to Mr. Volney, even though his tenure in office and in the judiciary wasn't to the standard of honesty. I condolences to his family. And condolences to the Chief Secretary, because he put his foot in his mouth, his hand in his mouth, his head in his mouth. Because right now, the only thing them could do right now is to dissolve the assembly and set a date, 90 days for elections. Thank you very much, Aisha Wells.
Caller, you live?
Yeah, Aisha, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. But I'm trying to remind Mr. Tabaki especially. If you remember when the Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley, take him and they call a doctor who was off duty at the time he was heading for home. And he said, imagine I going to see about my children I on my way. And they tell me to come back to work to save he. That's the word he used. To save he. And one of his caller called after and he said, if I was you, I would have seen my car break down or puncture my tire. Me ain't going back there for he. That is what they say. The doctor said they're calling me. I'm going home to see about my family to save he. And he's a doctor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller, you live.
You realize the man what? Name a pat on the wrist. That's what he's saying, you know. And why how the conversation reached the man race? This conversation was never about naked race. This conversation was never about naked religion. You see, on dirty day, that is why I said to you before that if we talk we bad, is alright. But don't make a mistake like Palarat. And he just proved it. He come and do the very same thing. And I told you some time ago, my taxpayer dollars is what paid to bring him here to have him having this conversation for the longest while. So they can't put up before that is before the court. So they put up these two. You realize the lady didn't turn out for her Monday night forum. So I asked the question, was she too tired from, because there was a conference on Sunday, you know. So was she so tired? So she tell them, I was going out and help the people. So I asked myself, was she too tired in the dinghy? But she can't come out on Sunday. So she said, those two clowns. And he coming out to defend that. The conversation was never about the man race, never about the man religion. Sorry, you know, you're a big old man. I shall enjoy evening. Be safe on your way.
Caller, you're live.
Brian, a couple of hours ago, said it all because of what he actually was saying to the president and also the prime minister. And you quite rightly put that in perspective, how we could call that distinguished. So I want to tell the parakeet from Tabakit, you're talking a lot of nonsense. And in my term, I would call you a fig leaf. Because that is what it used to use when they didn't have toilet people. Have a blessed night.
Not ready yet. Final caller for the evening. Where are you? Take it home.
Everybody mad. Where we going?
All right, caller, you're my last call.
Yeah, thank you. Well, Jenny, I want to thank you for that information that comes from you. I want to say something. You know, on this radio station, I call this same program. I hope I should remember that. And Tabaki is going to want to call the talk. The black man talking here. Tabaki used a thing against Dr. Rowley, and that is inciting, right? Because those 3 goes on that station, tell him no, he can't say that, and they kicks off after that, right? They choppy on Dr. Rowley. Google and talk about that. Sharon Felix can talk about that. I want to take out Dominic, right? But I want Dominic to get a clip. The 25th of August, Dominic, right? I need Ansha will pick him up with that. How you could say truth and you talking about African people, and you tell the UNC supporters to key on Dr. Rowley, right? Call talk to us, last call. Call to us, alive. The 25th of August on the morning show with the Andy and then. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. I'll look into it. People, I'm out of here. My time is up. Until tomorrow, be safe and have a good one.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.